1.7.1 Introduction to Code C. Code C of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, PACE, sets out the guidelines for the detention, treatment, and questioning of suspects in police custody. The code applies to all suspects who are in police custody, regardless of the offense they are suspected of committing. Code C covers a wide range of topics, including 1. Identification and documentation of suspects. Code C requires that suspects must be accurately identified, and their details must be recorded. 2. Medical examination. Code C states that suspects must be offered the opportunity for a medical examination if they request one or if the police officer in charge of their custody considers it necessary. 3. Right to legal advice. Code C provides that suspects have the right to consult with a solicitor, and that they must be informed of this right as soon as they are detained. 4. Right to an interpreter. Code C provides that suspects have the right to an interpreter if they do not understand or speak the language used by the police. 5. Treatment in custody. Code C sets out the guidelines for the treatment of suspects in custody, including the use of force, the provision of food and drink, and the provision of medical treatment. 6. Interviewing suspects. Code C sets out the guidelines for the questioning of suspects in custody, including the use of caution, the right to silence, and the recording of interviews. 7. The use of physical restraint. Code C sets out the guidelines for the use of physical restraint, including the use of handcuffs, and states that the use of restraint must be proportionate and necessary for the protection of the suspect or others. 8. Vulnerable suspects. Code C sets out the guidelines for the treatment of suspects who are vulnerable, such as juveniles, the mentally ill, or those with physical or mental disabilities. It should be noted that Code C is one of several codes of practice that are established under PACE Act, which provides guidance on the treatment of persons in police custody, and these codes are regularly updated to ensure they reflect current best practice and remain in line with human rights legislation.